In this video, I'll show you how to display data from a Microsoft SQL Server database in a Dixa conversation. And the way we're going to do that is by using Dixa's custom card feature. And that in the end will display the data from your database right here. So first thing we want to do is head to factbranch.com and create a FactBranch account. It comes with a 14-day free trial and no credit card is required to start the trial. The first thing you'll see after getting the account is this screen. And we want to show data in a Dixa custom card. So that's the flow type I'm going to select. And this creates a very basic data pipeline. Now, data pipelines in FactBranch work like this. They are triggered, in this case, by a custom card in Dixa. Then they take whatever data they get and send it to the next node. And because this is the basic data pipeline that's created out of the box, this only includes render UI for now. What we want to do is create a node that actually runs a query on our SQL database and looks up the data. So I'll create a node for Microsoft SQL Server. Because I haven't connected to my SQL Server yet, I'll have to do that now. I'm going to use my credentials for a test database. If your database sits behind a firewall, you might have to activate this feature and allow access from this IP in your firewall. But because we are just using a simple test database, we don't have to do that. I'm going to try the connection. Made a mistake somewhere. Okay. If everything works okay with your connection, you'll get forwarded back to your SQL Server node, and the authentication we've just created will be selected automatically here. Now I'm just going to write a very simple query selecting all from our customer database, where the email address matches with the customer email that we got from the custom card in Dixa. I'm going to use a variable, a placeholder. What this placeholder does is it takes from the trigger, it takes the customer email address that we get. Now, when I run this query, we're getting results, but we're not getting, so it runs okay, but we're not getting any results yet because we don't have test that example in our database. So we can just edit the test data we get here and run it again. And now we get the row for Bob. Okay, let's go back to the data pipeline overview. So what's happening now is the custom card in Dixa would later trigger this data pipeline, supply the data pipeline with customer email or phone number. Then the SQL Server node takes that data and looks up any results you would get from your database. And it sends the results it gets onto the render UI node, which actually creates the UI that you'll see in your Dixa conversation. And we're going to do that now. You see, here are the results from your SQL node that we ran, where we ran the query previously. A nice feature of FactBranch is that we can just generate the UI from those from the data we see here, and it just generates a very simple but nice-looking HTML UI. And you can go in here and edit something. For example, just use address here, and you see it update here. Okay, so let's create the custom card in Dixa. That's the final step. To see a little guide how to do that, go into the trigger config. see, we'll have to go to Dixa, into settings, and into integrations, create a custom card. We're just going to call it FactBranch. Then we're going to copy paste a bunch of values. So we're going to have to copy the hook URL, use get as a method, use authorization header as the auth method, use the bearer, copy paste the bearer token. So this token tells FactBranch which data pipeline to actually run. That's very important. And the final step is to copy paste the template content. This template basically tells your Dixa custom card what to display. And then we just have to save the changes. And when we now go to a conversation, you'll see FactBranch, the custom card we've just created, loads. And it gets live data from our database. So start your 14-day free trial for FactBranch today at factbranch.com. If you have any questions, just email support@factbranch.com and or go to factbranch.com/docs to see our docs.